Tēnā rā koutou katoa, nau mai, hoki mai, ki tēnei whakāturanga. It is the Bunnings Māori Touch Nationals 2023. Atu I Rotorua. This is the Open Men's. It's a round game. I think it might be the last of the round game. And we have Wairere taking on Tauranga Moana. Tiv, this one is going to find out who finishes 1-2 in the pool.
Yeah, pretty much, Hicks. Both teams will be undefeated coming into this one. So really, this one's all about seeding and to see who will face the top two place getters in the other pool, which are looking to be Ngāti Hine and Te Arawa. So two teams we saw on the live stream yesterday. So this men's grade, man, 12 teams, two pools of 6. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, it's just so healthy. And this being the 25th year, Māori Touch Nationals has been going since the ōrokohanga, the inception, and it's just growing and growing. And although, you know, the weather's a little bit overcast, I'll tell you what, the touch is still hot.
Definitely, yeah, the action as we saw in the previous live stream game, but this one, it's said to be faster. And this is probably one of the grades you want to mark down on your draws if you're coming down to Rotorua International Stadium. This is the one you want to watch, these open men's events, especially with two high-quality teams such as Wairere and Tauranga Moana.
And you must be getting itchy feet when you see these types of games.
No, because you look at these players, you look at these teams, you look at how fast it is. I am well retired, so I can handle a module game, but man, this level is really up there. You've got to be athletic, you've got to be fast, you've got to be fit, you've got to be strong. And it's a testament to all the players that take the field.
And so just there, so obviously Mitz, you played with Mitz for the Touch Blacks men's. Is there anyone else still running around? Was Carlos there, or was he just coming into the scene?
Yeah, so in terms of Wairere, so Mitza was there, Tiwi was there, me and him, we played in the under-18 boys back in 2011. He was running on the wing back then. So it's neat to see how his game has evolved over the years, and he's really matured as a player. He's got a lot of experience. And then looking over at Tauranga Moana, Carlos was there, making his comeback, I believe. He injured his hand at Nationals earlier in the year, so it's awesome to see him coming in. And then probably the next most experienced campaigner would be Connor Pamatato. He was a couple of years after me, but he's a sharp player as well. Awesome to see him in the bank. Yeah,
it's awesome to see Connor's move back home, and here we have Carlos Savage, Tauranga Moana, the captain there, and obviously on the other side. But just a big shout out to our three referees. We've got Joseph Green, Ben Matthews, and Kenny Kingy. And Kenny, man, good on him. He's obviously been acknowledged through yesterday to get this game. And we just want to give a big shout out to Joseph Green in rugby league. He went for a bit of a tough time. He got some tough times from some supporters off the field, but everyone's got around him, and it's awesome to see him back here at Māori Touch Nationals.
He's an awesome ref, Joey Green. Referee of the tournament at the Fijian Cup a couple of weekends ago. He's really strong-willed. He knows the game, and he's a player himself. So he just wants to see a good game of touch. And if you just want to see a good game of touch as a referee, you're going to be a good one.
Yeah, and here we have it. It looks like Tauranga Moana have won the tap, so they're going to tap off. See, we've got quite a few attacking weapons out there on both sides of the field. So Tauranga Moana, they've gone through the tournament unbeaten so far, and as we said before, this one here, so this is going to be an awesome insight to the rest of the day.
Well, it's a bit of a precursor into finals footy, isn't it, Hicks? You know, you've got two of the best teams in the pool, as we see Connor in the sub box giving us a bit of a wave. It's got to be a humdinger of a match, like you said, Hicks. You've got two of the best teams from around the country doing battle in this last pool game of the day.
Yeah, here we go, Savage. Just checking it off, coming to the ruck. Here goes Sasu, man, and he's handy. Coming back around on the sweep, Carlos. Oh, yeah, just keeping them honest. Good work there by Kenny Kingy, the young fella. Straight out there, throwing in there on defence.
It's the only way to be thrown is into the deep end, Hicks.
Yes, definitely this Reiki defence. It's not going to be an easy... Oh, nice. They've just gone through the hands. Oh, that was a real good recovery there by E4. He was lethal at the Trans-Tasman, but here we go, Trey coming through. He's Reiki, E4 in the background, and oh yes, it's good to see all the gear with no idea there, Tauranga, back playing with Wairere. We just talked about the depth that they have. That looks like Maraki, young Maraki Omua. Yeah, they're definitely pulling them through. Paul Tene, Paiwai. Here goes the skip Mitz. Oh, gee, didn't they just hit the grind gear there?
Oh, well, it was all flow, wasn't it? It wasn't anything too fast or furious, but it was with control. And they took advantage of a slip over in defence from Tauranga Moana, but they were good enough to take advantage of it. And Tiwi Davies just strolls through for Wairere, and they score first.
Yes, nice. And it's good to see some fresh blood coming through too. Also, just seeing the young fella, young Maraki, who's a very talented athlete. But there's Mitz, yeah, just comes through. Everyone holds their space. There we have our man, Joseph Green, right on the money, keeping up with the tempo.
Tauranga Moana just looking to get to the 7. That press defence from Wairere really suffocates teams, so Tauranga will have to be good on attack. They're close here. Great call there from the referee.
Yes,
that was Ben Matthews there. That was the defender was definitely onside as he was retreating. Referee said play through. And Tauranga Moana, they draw level. This is going to be a good one, Hicks.
Yeah, and there's Tawira, nephew of Aripa. There, yeah, and he's got some good feet come through the home ground system with the mix. But here's Afion, another one with some lethal ankles. Tiwi just sitting at right link there. Oh, nice little slip play for E4. Yeah, nice. Oh,
he's got that dive down pat, doesn't he, Hicks? Avion Jones, it's a pleasure to watch because he gets so low and he gets so skimming along the ground, and it's almost impossible to defend.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, lucky to work with young Afion through the Māori All-Stars. Yeah, just it's unreal how they. I mean, he was on the drop there. Yeah, nice little skip blow, and yeah, that's all she wrote on that one. That was lethal. Well,
what made it good was that when he made it, so 2-1. Yeah, I think we've only had one set that hasn't resulted in a try. So yeah, it's all go here. It's all action.
Yeah, here's some savage Carlos. Good to see him on the ball. Oh, yeah, good work there. They definitely teased. They split that winger link defence from Wairere. So they may have seen that picture. There might be something there for Tauranga Moana.
Got a bit of an injury down in back play. Let's hope that they're all right.
Yeah. So Afion, maybe yes. Maybe we can walk that one off.
It is quite slippery underfoot here on finals field at Rotorua International Stadium. A little bit of rain overnight and this morning. It's dried up a little bit, so hopefully it stays a little bit clear come the afternoon, but there's a bit of breeze as well behind the backs of Tauranga Moana, so we'll see how that plays into this match too.
Yeah, and it's the real unfortunate side of all sports. But here we go, Wairere just straight hit that grind gear again. Yeah, he's young Maraki, Portene Paiwai, looks like Carson Hepi, checking over the mitts. Yeah, and unfortunately they're losing their feet. Yeah, drawn pass. Yeah, and they're just Hami order there. Tamati, they're just losing their feet there at the back end of the set, Tauranga.
Well, that's 2 tries that Wairere have scored where Tauranga defender has slipped over or fallen over in defence, which is unfortunate, but again, Wairere, they're good enough to take advantage. There was a great drop there from Portene Rolls Paiwai. And just there you see the slip off screen, great passive out the back, and then he didn't try to do too much the link, he drew him past, and Wairere crossed for their 3rd.
Yeah, definitely. Here we go. Here's Tawira. He touched down earlier on. There's Connor there, number 11 for Tauranga Moana, living in the bay. Just getting on the ball, taking his time. Oh yeah, E4 got up in that lane. There's Trey. Yeah, defensively they're very, very solid at the start here. There's Rocky, and they seem to have a very solid defensive team. Why did it? They're sending out after tip-offs.
Yeah, well, that's their bread and butter is their defense and their yards. While everyone sees all the pretty attack plays that they put on, they really put emphasis on their defense and yards. So it's a testament to their team and their culture. And now they're about to transition into attack through Chauncey Edwardson. There's that double pump, that sinker ball. Jeepers, that's 4 tries in the first 5 minutes. Wairere really putting on a show. Tiwi Davies crosses for a second. And what about the ball from Chauncey there?
Yeah, and once again, they're just changing up the variety. They've got so much strike attackers, and all the way from Whakatoa here, Chauncey gets in there. And, him and Tiwi have been working together quite nicely in the bay with the men's, but just good manipulation, cool, calm. Nice in-chop line, that nice little hook line there for Tiwi.
Yeah, that hook line and the sinker ball that just lobbed over the top and fell into his lap as well. As Tauranga Moana, they've got the upper hand here. The great touch made there from Aumua.
Yeah, probably just overran the play off the ball, so it did give a bit of a heads up for Wairere. That's a good drop, just needs to get it down low. Carlos just needs some read. Ooh,
Tried the arupa flick and back to himself there, Carlos Savage. He almost got it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, something that he's pulled out probably come his later years as he's more experienced. So yeah, good to see the confidence come back in Carlos.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely more easier said than done, but if they can sort of isolate that Wairere link, just find a little bit of space outside there could be something there, but it's not as easy as it looks. He goes on the ball, looks like...
Try to thread the needle there for Jones. He's got some, he's got a wide range of attacking skills, doesn't he? He's good on his feet, but he's also got a nice long ball both ways too, so...
Yeah, and they do that well. They really find disconnect between players. Like F4 did just then, a little bit of disconnect between the middle and the link. And because if he's live, he's an even bigger threat. But Tauranga Moana just coming through, feeling this game out. Both these teams will go through to the semis.
Yeah, so both teams will be undefeated, and they've picked up a penalty on the back end. You can hear the noise from the box. That's what they need. Tauranga Moana, a little bit of energy. But both teams are undefeated, so they'll go through to the semi-finals. This is just really important to see who plays who come semi-final time. If you're finishing first, so the winner of this game will finish first. As we see Connor diving over, touch was made. Whoever finishes first plays the second place in Pool B, and vice versa. So yeah, everything to play for in this match.
What's Wairere, they're real stable. Make these touches, this rest. That looks like young Bailey Cripp. Looks like Crippy's young boy out there. Yeah, awesome. Ngātai Cripp missed him in the sheet. So beautiful to see these young players coming through for Wairere.
It's his debut as well for Wairere.
Yeah.
So
yeah, what
talked about the play of depth. Ball down there. It's Ty Stevens out on the wing.
You look like Chase Parmatato there. Got live. That's that little sort of... They hold quite well, Wairere there, but they just got on the outside. So, man, that's really good. And I just saw the coach, Atiro, talking to the Tauranga Moana crew before they went out there. So, hats off to the coach. So, here goes Chase, gets the ball back, just engages the defence. Yeah.
It was that crossover quickie, wasn't it? And then because he made that crossover quickie, Tauranga held just that little bit longer, and that's what caused the space on the outside. As Wairere back on attack now, looking to extend their 2-try lead.
Yeah, good work. Tiwi, it's using his feet, left to right over the top.
Tiwi Davies.
Clutch play right there.
He's hot in this one, I think. Hicks, he scored two, he set up another one there, just ripped the ball out on a 32 long to him. He jammed off the left foot, forced the shot. You could see him pulling the strings there. He was doing a lot of pointing, a lot of directing, put himself in the position, gets the ball, rips out on the KBS replay off the 32 long, steps back, throws long over the top, and that's great hands and finish there from Te Aorere Pewhaira.
Yeah, just how he manipulated that middle lane. They got him running all over the place. By the time we got the ball, the defence was still dropping. Good engagement, but here we go, back at it. Tauranga Moana. Campbell Lucas at half. Working with Te Kākara, this Quentin Gardner there at half. This is what they need to do. They need to engage that Wairere defence. They hold really well, they get stable Wairere.
Yeah, and it really helps when you can get the touch off the 7. And that's probably what helps them. If they can push forward and get that touch off the 7, then they do have that range to give them that stability in defence.
Yeah, they don't bite, do they? You know, they hold really, really well.
And they've got really strong defensive links as well. So for all the attacking prowess of the Tiwi Davies and the E4 Joneses, you know, they really do their part on defence as well. As you see a late switch going back the other way, E4 Jones will look to use his feet, looking to extend the play. Ball goes to Graham, the long ball out wide, and they scored this one too. Poihipi goes up and over the defence. That was just some great heads-up play. They extended that play really, really well, didn't they, Hicks?
Yeah, watch Wairere come up the hill when they walked over before the game, and they were real focused. So you could see, you know, they have a lot of respect for the opposition, and they've come into this one, and they just seem to be in the zone.
Yeah, there was a few passes that were real touch and go, but if you're in the motion of passing, the ref's happy to let that play through, and so they should be. And then Poihipi manages to extend their lead out to 4 tries now. As we see Pamatato coming down the lane, throws the passive out the back. That was on. There was a slip over in defence there from Tiwi Davies. You can see him wiping his boot. And yeah, that was on there. They could have scored from that one. Tauranga Moana, ball not going to hand though.
Yeah, no, that was a real good setup. Nice platform. And they can take that away, you know, into their half time, and just that's probably a play that they managed to engage. Yeah, a bit of a hold-up touch there. I mean, this is the men's grade. It does get a bit physical now and then, Native.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But as we say, there's no tiddlywinks out there on the field, so these boys will be well accustomed to the hard touches.
There's Awa Morris all the way back from Europe, back with Wairere. It's coming these young mariki. Awa on a sweep. He might give this back to E4. Yeah, that was a good lift from that inside defender, wasn't it?
Great connection between the Tauranga Moana defence. They looked a lot more assured on that one.
Yeah, Maui Black and Pamatato chased. That's a great set there defensively. Awesome stopper. You can just see still slipping there. Didn't really see that as much in this game before.
I think it comes with the faster pace of the men's game, doesn't it, Hicks? You know, the 40 men's, they probably had the experience to just slow things up a little bit. In men's, there's a little bit less room for going slow. There's sort of a fine line between going slow and having more control and wanting to keep that foot on the gas, so to speak. So probably a byproduct of a faster paced game.
Yeah, nice. And I just saw Dylan Martin out there just standing at left flank here. Number 9 is Sasu. He may get it back, Sass, because I'll tell you what, he's pretty lethal. He's got some lethal feet, Sass, eh? Very deceiving.
Yeah. And he's had it for years too, and he's got that low game to complement as well. A little bit surprising actually to see him working in the middle in the link in this game. We've been accustomed to seeing him on the wing where he's even more lethal because you know, those quickies on the wing, you don't see them quite often, but Sass pulls them out when he needs to.
Yeah, okay. Here goes Tawera. Oh, yeah. You're gonna have to work really, really hard to collapse this Wairere defence, aren't you? That I don't know if the 7th is gonna get you that, but yeah, they lock in under well. That was a nice play there. Yeah, it's going to be good to see if anyone can really dissect this defence.
Yeah, they're so strong, aren't they? And they're so sure. They've got great connection. As we see a scoop to the short side. That's all here. He scored there first, and now he set up another one. That was great identification. They sent that sweep around. I think in the wet conditions, that's probably the way to go, isn't it, Hicks?
Yeah, and I think just activating that policy, that short side policy, yeah, you're right. And getting people with some good speed. This is a nice plant too here. Just coming in, Martin. They ran it well, dummy sweep. Comes through. Everyone went to policy and Martin gets on the outside. Yep.
Yeah, well, when it's wet underfoot, it's a lot harder to change direction. So if you're sending misdirection plays with sweeps, then Ohia was smart enough to take the short side. And you can call slipovers in defence, as Wairere have done the exact same down the other end of the field. There was a great play there from Graham and Davies. And they've popped the ball over the top, and young Bailey Ngatai Krub has crossed over. Just as we talked about down one end, Wairere execute at the other.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, really look good. Really stoked for the young fella. Like, he'll be fizzing playing in this big game, but just does the basics well, doesn't he? Just dump split, keeps his line nice and tight, dots it down, and Wairere strikes straight back.
Bit of an error at the roll ball, and I think Tauranga Moana, when you're playing this Wairere outfit, you really got to take all your chances, and when you've got a pretty much a whole set on the line, or coming off the halfway line, you've really got to execute. And guilty of not quite doing so. Now Wairere will look to attack on the back end of their set, as we see E4 Jones scoops to the short side. Another slip over in defence. He's forgotten his dummy half, and that little hold up probably proved the difference. They know they've got 30 seconds. They're going to have to move pretty smartly here.
And just everything's just going their way there, eh? And E4 forgot his dummy half, or tricked everyone past it. They touched it. They're calling forward here. Shorty's going to have a little dig.
And I think what you're going to see, Hicks, is a little bit of gamesmanship back and forth between Wairere and Tauranga Moana. Great line, great bounce out there from Awa Morris. Beautiful play there from Wairere. And right before halftime, that one's going to sting for Tauranga Moana.
Yeah. I think knowing that you're through, I think if you don't get the chocolates in this one, you can definitely identify real fixable things. But there we have it, Wairere over Tauranga Moana on the halftime 8-3.
Get Christmas ready with our lowest prices. This is the perfect time to set up for Christmas. Lighting can really help make those really special moments. Decorations just to make things look pretty. You want to make sure that everything's right. We can help you make it a Christmas to remember.
Get the turkey on the smoker barbecue, $199. Relax on this timber bench set, $299. Be sun safe with a 2.5 metre market umbrella, $59.
When you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 15%. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Where water recharges your spirit, earth launches you to great heights, crisp air awakens your senses, and fire warms your soul. Nowhere else on earth are the elements combined in such a potent way. Find your element in Rotorua.
Welcome back, no mai hoki mai, to the 2023 Māori Touch New Zealand Bunnings Warehouse Nationals, where you're witnessing a fast-paced game, although a little bit one-sided in terms of the scoreline between Wairere and Tauranga Moana. Wairere leading at the half, 8 tries to 3. And what do you think was the difference there between both teams in their half hicks?
Man, you definitely see the 1%ers. Wairere just look very connected right through the field defensively, on attack. They go to all their big guns in the right part of the field, and they actually they made it look quite easy where they just do those 1%ers and grind, get to the back end, and we're really starting to see just a change of direction. I think Tauranga Moana just might have slipped over 4 times, and they probably haven't done that in the yesterday, but it's really cost them, unfortunately, because we talked about just looking at the scoreline. That's probably not an indication of both these teams.
Yeah, definitely. And if you are the coach for Tauranga Moana, Atiro Ohia, what are you saying to your troops to rally them for the second half?
Well, they set up a couple of, like they ran that passive setup, and it was just the execution. So I think if they can go back to those ones where they're starting to create opportunities, but they've definitely got to make sure on the back end the sets they're nice and stable, because that's where Wairere has really hurt them.
As we start the second half, Wairere in the red and white strip, moving from left to right on your screen. Tauranga Moana from the Bay of Plenty, and the blue and white heading from right to left. Wairere with the ball as Edwardson throws the ball long out, and that's a beautiful play, a trick play. They set that one up beautifully, and E4 Jones, he had the ball on the string. Fantastic try there, Hicks.
Well, you got the Wairere, Waikato, Hamilton boys connection there. They've been playing together a long time. A lot of these players have been playing together a long time, and they're just so in sync, aren't they?
That was beautiful to watch, and they run that little line from the winger, and they run that off such a variety of plays these days, and E4 Jones and Trey Poihipi able to connect on that one. Tauranga Moana, ball goes back to Martin, the long ball out to the wing. Great defense shown out there wide by Poihipi, so he scored one at one end and he saved another one at the other. But Tauranga Moana relentless on this set. Ohia goes long the other way, lobs it over, and that's a great show of defense there, like we were saying. But hard to crack this Wairere defense, isn't it, Hika?
Yeah, I mean, look at this. That's touch 1, isn't it? Because the intercept's a 0 account. But that try we just saw, that was almost like winding the clock back to Ruamai in Scotland there in the final. So it's been a while since I've seen that play pulled out. Slightly different setup, but same outcome. Here we go, Mitz again on the ball. And he just has that ball tucked every time, doesn't he? Great to see Mitz still at this calibre up here, influencing and aspiring this next generation of players. There's Quentin Gardner, but they live well here. This is a great set for Tauranga Moana.
Graham's caught in the middle there as well, so they'll be looking to attack him. There's Pamatito, slip over in defence from Ngatai Crib. He did well though to recover, and then the ball not going to hand. And those compounding errors for Tauranga Moana, that's not what you want come out of the second half.
Yes.
Why did they get an extra couple of metres off without having to spend many touches?
Yeah, and without actually having to do anything, they're just I guess disciplined, eh? Very disciplined, and just coming through the set. But that was a good set for Tauranga Moana. They did them out, got on the back end, and probably just those outside attacking lines weren't quite there for Connor to hit that target. But here we go, Mariki, he's just played this role well. And once again, when you've got a hot hand, they go to the right player. through the hands. Yeah, they've set up for that nice tuck. They've really stretched them out of that zone, eh? They went to that 25 zone there. Tiwi just engaged the defence. And, yeah, the scoreline's really starting to blow out.
Yeah, well, you touched on it there with Maraki Aumua. If you see on the KBS replay, he really stretches the Tauranga Moana defence outside of their zone, like you mentioned, Hicks, and then that really opens up that passive line and creates too much space for the Tauranga Moana defence. If you're the defending winger, it's pretty much impossible to defend that amount of space.
Yeah, very connected. Yeah, Joe Green just saw something in the ruck there. Joseph. So here we have it. If you've just joined us, this is the Māori Touch Nationals. Shouts out to our sponsors, Bunnings. Also the replay with KBS Sport. Here we go, Carlos Savage. Awesome to see Carlos back. He had an injury to his arm, but it looks like that's recovered really well, and he's done everything that you have to get back to this level. This is the last round game for the men's pool play, and this will, I guess, signify who will go 3, 1 and 2 out of this pool. Here goes Chase Pārmatito.
Oh yeah, extended the play here, Tauranga Moana. Still 5th and final. They've got one more up their sleeve. Pārmatito, go to Maui Black. And I think they managed to pull a repeat set out of all of that. Joe Green says there was a hand in there, and probably lucky to escape with that Tauranga Moana. They were looking a little bit disorganised throughout that set. So they'll just look for Connor Pārmatito. He's got plenty of experience working with All Here there. The quickie goes back to All Here. Dive from the outside. Great touch though from Davies. Yeah, and he's looking threatening, isn't he? Tawara.
Yeah, very quick. Very quick. A lot of speed. Here's Martin coming over to Connor. Soft attack, little peel here. Sasu's always had a lovely left to right Sass, but yeah, Hamiora, he's once again, they defend the space really well and just release their players from the inside. Nice and sharp tip.
Definitely, and we've mentioned pretty much all game. It's hard to, nice Connor. That was a beautiful dive. A little bit more direct, wasn't it, Hicks? And he came in on that rooster. They know he throws long both ways, so they probably held off him a little bit too much on that one.
Yeah, well, I think he's paid himself into that really well because he's been trying to engage everyone else. But if you just look at the attacking line, that engagement line that he comes on, just right on the outside shoulder here, comes through, and yeah, the save was just too far away. So yes, smart.
Well, expecting the long ball because he's renowned for it, isn't he, Pārmatito? And yeah, just caught out too far. And Tauranga Moana, that's probably their best constructed try of the half of the game, actually.
There was good defence there, Quentin Gardner. They're trying to run a sneaky out ball there. Yeah, just that ball movement again. Here's the forward half. He might run a little bounce play short side. Yeah, oh, there's that feet. Oh.
He's sharp on his feet, isn't he? For it's not so much the big bang, but it's the shuffle and how low he gets to the ground and how he can just go from east to west. It's lovely to watch.
And he seems to do it just before the scoreline when you're backpedaling and you stop. Like, he's just got that to a fine art. And watching him do that against the best Australian players in the world, I guess that's where you get some credit. But here we go, Tauranga Moana. He's Chase, just kicking over. They're just moving this defence. Yeah, Wairere, they've sucked really well, haven't they?
They just ran out of range there, didn't they, Tauranga Moana? Wairere defence just moving back, and now Kingi, that's a great call.
Yep. You can suck, but I guess you've got to still lift, and good on the young fella for calling that one. Yep, there's a lot going on out there on the scoreline, so it's good to see the young fella not get pulled into that trap.
No, and Wairere are renowned for being able to sway the referees, as I've been told. So the Mitza Graham influence, I think that is. Great touch there from Eford Jones, although I think he missed. And Ngato Crib, he's had a good game. He's made a couple of important touches, and yeah, he's got some potential, doesn't he?
Well, when you got two touch blacks either side of you, and your role's really clear, and I guess you just want to do your job. Look, he locks under well. Yeah, that there was an opportunity there, wasn't there?
Yeah, opportunity missed. The hole did open up. Weehapi and Savage worked that well, but unable to convert, just slipping over in the surfaces once again.
Yeah. Oh, they've managed to get a couple of calls go their way. It's just been quite vital for Tauranga this half. And definitely, a little bit more time on the scoreline for them. There was a shape there before you saw young Bailey locked under Mita, and just the range where Ifa was, he was in that zone where you can't really manipulate him inside or outside, so they've got some very clever systems in place.
And unfortunately, Tauranga Moana just giving away another one. And as we mentioned in the first half, when you're playing Wairere, you really have to take advantage of all the opportunities you get. And now Wairere will look to ruck out through Hippie. Ball goes to Pewhairangi out on the wing. He's done well out wide, Te Aorere. Crossing over halfway, they'll look to strike on the back end of the set. Here's Awa Morris. And Green, I think, has caught. There's 7 on the field. Appeals, you could hear it coming from the Tauranga Moana box. And he's got the call from out wide. And that's probably why they rolled through the field so easily, wasn't it, Hicks? Is a little bit too eager coming out of the sub-box. 7 on the field is the call. And now Tauranga Moana get the ball bang on halfway, and they'll look to strike heading into the 7-metre zone.
And just looking in the Wairere sub-box, I see we've got Shan Tomiri over there, Legion Hotham. I see Chauncey Wildman. They've got some guns on the sidelines that are happy to step aside for some of these young ones coming through. So you talk about team culture. Oh,
and especially in a big game like this, Hicks, where there is actually still a lot to play for in terms of seeding. So really, really selfless play from a lot of their leaders, and that just speaks a testament to the culture of the club.
Awesome. Yeah, and obviously you were in Fiji, and Wairere once again we're back to back over there, and it's not an easy feat, is it?
No, especially when you're playing in foreign territory, especially with the heat, the humidity, and just a foreign place. It can be a little bit difficult, but once again their culture really is strong, and so they're able to put those things to the side and unite behind a common cause. And back to back Fijian Cup champions, and they'll be looking to go and win a couple on the trot, I believe, here at the Māori Touch Nationals this year. They won last year, beating Ngāti Hine in the final. So,
yes, just shout-outs also to Tauranga Moana. A lot of these boys are out of the AS1 club. They also go to Fiji and also got beautiful team culture. A big shout-out to Hamiora there, who just lifted off the wing, went on, and there we go again, just probably not looking after position there. Awa Morris, big meters. This is when you defend like that, and you see players just rocking. Here's Carson Hippie coming through. Yeah, they really just march upfield. Here's Maraki. Yeah, just moving over to Tiwi, going to the hot hand. Tiwi will heel engaged. Looks like this tuck play again. Drawn pass.
Is that ball to ground there? Yeah, Green did call it. Ball was to ground. There was a beautiful passive out the back. And the aerial shot before, you could see them setting up for it. They set it up late, and that's probably what made it a little bit harder to defend.
And catch and pass, such an important skill, isn't it, Tiv?
Yeah, especially on those passive plays where the distance between yourself and the winger is actually quite large. And a ball to ground, not quite strong enough in the ruck there for Tauranga Moana.
Yeah, Ben, man, he hasn't missed anything in the ruck today, Ben. He's been around a long time, Ben. Been refereeing and supporting the many tournaments, but he doesn't miss those ones in the ruck.
They're happy to play the game at just a slow pace, aren't they? Now that they're up by 6, they've probably got top spots sewn up. Yep, Dylan Martin caught in the ruck, came a little bit too aggressive. And our man there, Ben Matthews, he's caught another one, and now E4 Jones. They're looking threatening as well. There's too many strike players almost to cover when it comes to Wairere. You've got Mita Graham on the ball, working with E4 Jones, the second phase play. In the same way, there was Ngātai Crib, Edwardson on the other side, so directing traffic. Ball goes back. 33 peel. Here's E4 Jones on the ball, looking to shuffle his feet once again. Gets a ricochet. And that's an unfortunate one for Tauranga Moana, because they defended the play well. The pass hit the back and came back to E4 Jones. And he's crossed over for Wairere's 11th of the game.
That sort of stuff just shows how sharp your senses are. Just how in tune you are with everything. Does this outside, checks it off, bang, gets it straight back, and just, I'll tell you what, talk about getting the rub of the green today. But they've created that stuff, haven't they, Tim?
Yeah, well, there's a saying, you make your own luck, and now Tauranga Moana just running out of range, although they get Tiwi Davies jumping, the starfish, the ricochet, going back the other way.
Man, just massive hats off to the attitude and Wairere's defence. even being 11-4 ahead, that their standards aren't dropping on defence, are they? They're all still real desperate and really making Tauranga work for every metre.
There's another one, a touch and pass call, and I think heading towards the back end of the game, Tauranga Moana, when you're staring down the barrel of a 7-try deficit, it is a little bit hard to stay up and stay motivated, when the game is pretty much out of reach. Now Wairere, on the other hand, as you mentioned, Hicks, their desperation and their standards haven't dropped, so as they move into the 7-metre zone, ball is with Jones, goes bang off the left foot. Happy was looking threatening for that intercept. He wanted it, he read the play, got a hand to it. Referee Joe Green says that he's offside.
And once again, he gets 2 defenders on him, he really just sort of engages more than one, and when he's live, he's just even more lethal. There we go, just a little back flick off that set. But Tauranga, that they can dust themselves off and move on from this. And I guess Wairere, the reigning champs, they've definitely come out to make sure that they're primed moving into the semis.
Yeah, and when you're playing teams the calibre of Te Arawa or Ngāti Hine, you're going to need to be. They played in the live stream game yesterday and they looked dangerous. So if Wairere want to defend their crown, this is probably the way that they're going to have to do it. It's the best prep for them, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And Irifiti Davis there, nice touch on the back end there. Once again, there's those little disciplines of not handing the ball over. Wairere get a easy 10 metres or 7 metres march up the field. But here we go, probably the last sort of 30-odd seconds, 40 seconds coming through. And here comes Skip Mitzazon with young Atai. Carson Heppy there, and here's this awesome game-changer aerial view that we get. Tiwi's out there, just sitting at the link there. Yeah, nice stuff.
There's great defence out wide there from Tauranga Moana. Probably just need a little bit more of it. Great defence there from Dan Groot. And for the last 15 seconds, to be fair, they'll probably be a little bit disappointed with the scoreline, Tauranga Moana. As we mentioned, they're not 7 tries worse than Wairere. Probably just a few things that didn't go their way, and then they really compounded. As you hear the hooter go in the background, penalty is not given. That is full time, and yeah, a little bit surprising probably, Hicks, when you're looking at the draw and the table and it's first versus second. You're probably expecting something a little bit closer, but that just speaks to Wairere's class, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yep, and what another awesome game to wake up to on a Sunday morning. If you're tucked in bed and you put the old toast on and some poached eggs, and you turn on the live stream and you're watching just some awesome touch here in Rotorua. But Wairere just far too good for this one.
And as we reach the end of this one, it was Wairere 11, Tauranga Moana 4. Join us again after the break, where we're back for more action from the 2023 Bunnings Warehouse Māori Touch New Zealand Nationals.
So you can't hear the extra hooter, let's listen to the events of a drop-off.